I know just now you're creeping, and I don't know where you are. And I know just how you're creeping when you keep the keys to the car. And I know I just fucked up the lyrics of my morning energy blah blah song. And I'm just hoping you don't know, so I can read your card though, and we can just get on. Okay? Time for your morning energy blah blah blahs. I fucked that up. Well, let's see what we got on the go here today. Hardcore Hermit's Cave. Ooh, waiting for your ships to come in. Prince of Discs. Wow. Prince of Discs is Knight of Discs in this one. The Knights are the kings in this one. I always have to go and look, but I know now for sure it is. Okay. Tonight, this is slow and diligent. You've been slow and diligent in your actions, collective. And you've been waiting for your ships to come in. This is just pre-shuffle energy. But I find they're usually pretty accurate. They usually show up later in the reads. And most other readers will verify that too. But that does happen from time to time. Most times, actually. Okay, I just seen Big Red at the bottom, so he wants to put in his 2 flaming hoofed cents there. He's got his 2 ball sacks full of losers to shoot at you today. So be prepared for that. 3, this adds up to 3. He's celebrating. He thinks he's got this one in the bag because he's got so many losers in his bag, right? But he's not going to be able. It's going to be the same thing as it's like he wakes up every morning and he's like, what are we going to do today? Ball sack full of losers. And they're like, I know. Let's do the same thing we do every day. Let's try and fuck up the Chosens from dropping towers on our head and sending our head clean through our arseholes. Well, we all know how that ends, so let's just let them do what they do best. Lose. Okay? 5, conflict. Yes, the devil's definitely in the air. In the good old dairy air. Through celebrating. This motherfucker's celebrating with conflict. This is how he's celebrating. This adds up to 8. What he doesn't realize is that when he does this, yeah, he may throw his hair back and have a good time doing it. Nah, he does know how to have a good time most times, but sometimes I don't like the way he goes about it. And, 8, well, he doesn't realize that it just adds up to strengthening us, because it adds up to strength, compassion, knowing when to hold back, so we don't just like, you know? That's like where we gain our strength. He's like our personal trainer. He's like Mickey throwing fucking medicine balls at your fucking head while you're trying to do sit-ups and like, ugh, you motherfucker. But you gotta hold back and you gotta stay true to the game, right? If you're an honorable, diligent knight, which the pre-shuffle said you were. One more. See if we can shake the devil out of this bitch. Okay, here's the one. This is you counteracting the devil, having the keys to the kingdom. He's celebrating conflict that's basically just gonna blow up in his face, and you're celebrating having the keys to the kingdom. There's a difference. Okay, what do we got in the heart of the situation on this morning? Energy, blah blah blah. Holy Spirit. Oh my God, reversal. Oh, reversal of generational wealth. Somebody's getting their generational wealth reversed. Oh my God, I just got a really weird. It was like a hiccup and a burp at the same time. It was like there was like a inner explosion of some kind. Thank God it didn't come out on the audio. I hope it didn't anyway. Okay, the challenge is imprisonment. Somebody's losing all their money and going to prison. Wow. My collective sets up to 18, which is much as hidden about this. I'd have to say. I didn't know anything about this. I'm just kidding. There could be subconsciously somebody's thinking about an empress. I'm thinking this is who they ripped off, whoever this is. This could be somebody in the collective, the empress. Doesn't always have to be from a collective's point of view, these reads. A lot, like I say, the Most High is the one in charge. I'm just like the messenger, kind of. And, yeah, ultimately he decides what goes. So it can be from anybody's perspective. And that's why a lot of times the collective may be actually in the challenge position, I find. Which I'm thinking is in this one because imprisonment. I think they ripped off somebody in the collective and they're challenged by imprisonment now. Subconsciously they're thinking about an empress, which I think is whoever it is in the collective who's imprisoning them. Or who's maybe they're in their head about this empress because they can't stand it that we won. This adds up to the hangman. Could be a Pisces in their head about this. Somebody who's run by their passions. Like this is like the horny wagon of like adultery, I would call it. It's the feeling I'm getting off of it. Not always. Sometimes it's just about what you're passionate about. But this guy's like looks like he's like going around at like 3 a.m. on fucking like nitro boosters, fucking trying to pick up hookers or something. I don't know. That's the feeling I'm getting off of it. He's like, look at me. He's even got like a little pimple on there. See? Okay, so this adds up to transformation though. Prison always adds up to transformation. It transforms people, believe me. For good or bad. There we go. For good or bad. Thank you, Jungle Drum Dave. In the past, somebody had their wish fulfillment in the past. Maybe in the past they were keeping this person fucked up and stealing their money and shit like that. But things are changing right quick. You don't fuck with the anointed. Because now this person has a brand new beginning and they're more powerful than before. This person basically just turned them into like a Super Saiyan or whatever. If you're thinking of it from like a Dragon Ball Z point of view. Okay? In the future, somebody's gonna be sailing up the river. Yeah, somebody's going to jail because they ripped off a chosen, and they may have gotten away with it for a long time. But all their wealth is being sucked out of them and given back. And it can be done in many ways. Spiritually, it can be done. It's not always given back in like money. Sometimes it's given back in gifts, which I think are better than money. Because it's the gift that keeps on giving. Money goes and withers away, and you can't take it with you. Bottom of the deck, we got the keys to the kingdom. Somebody who's a religious leader. And that could be anybody. That could be old granny on the block. Sometimes the old granny on the block is more of a religious leader than all these clowns on TV. And I've experienced this firsthand. So, what do we got in the way you be influencing things is closing out cycles. Yes, somebody's getting their cycle closed out. I'm thinking unwillingly for being a greedy mofo. Yeah, green-eyed monster. Agatha McGreed. This is hopes and fears is to win at all cost. I think they have to put their swords down. No, that probably should have been reversed. They're probably hoping that they can continue doing this because that's what happens to these narcissists. They get so addicted to thinking that they're winning, even though they're like obviously losing. Like they get addicted to the thought of them, like the illusion of them winning somehow by doing this, and they ultimately lose every time. And yeah. The lens they're looking through is there's a lot hidden, yeah, because they're a devious person. Their vision's clouded. Could be a Cancer or a Pisces. I'm thinking it could be a Pisces. What do we got here? 9 again. Discs. In the environment, somebody's getting luxurious living. Somebody's getting their wealth drained. thought that they were the one draining the wealth. They didn't realize where real wealth real wealth. I almost did Elmer Fudd there. Where real wealth comes from, real wealth, and the outcome. Oh my God, this is beautiful energy. Whoever this is the outcome. Is they for being a diligent knight. Not only did they stayed true to the word. They're looking up to the sky. They're looking to God. They're looking to God. They're being slow and diligent, and waiting. And I'm thinking that in the future, the outcome they're going to be granted with wisdom, because the hermit is wisdom. The hermit knows a thing or two, and a lot of times the hermit is a beat up old dirty old bastard, because. Like all the saints in the Bible, nobody really knows what they look like, but I guarantee you they weren't the most savory fucking people. Like, what did Peter spend like 40 years in jail or some shit like that? Like they probably look like a pretty beaten up rabble of fucking people. Like he got stoned to death, they thought, but then he walked away somehow, and they must have had a lot of broken bones and a lot of they didn't have fucking easy. Let me put it that way. This adds up to a completion. This is a completing of a cycle. Somebody made it through the gauntlet, and they're getting rewarded. And somebody who was their adversary, who the devil used to basically turn him into a Super Saiyan, like I said, is getting sent back to slip and fall school. Have a good one, guys.